Singapore to execute man over 1 kilogram of cannabis.
Here's a summary of the article.
A Singaporean man is scheduled to be hanged next week for conspiring to smuggle a kilogram of cannabis, rights groups said, in the city-state's first execution in 6 months. Singaporean Tangaraju Sapia, 46, will be sent to the gallows on Wednesday, according to a notice from the prisons department received by his family and posted on social media by rights activists. If carried out, this execution would be in violation of international law and in stubborn defiance of continued outcry over Singapore's use of the death penalty, a spokesperson from Amnesty's regional office told AFP. In many parts of the world, including in neighboring Thailand, cannabis has been decriminalized, with authorities abandoning prison sentences, and rights groups have been mounting pressure on Singapore to abolish capital punishment. The Asian financial hub has some of the world's toughest anti-narcotics laws and insists the death penalty remains an effective deterrent against trafficking. Singapore resumed execution by hanging in March 2022 after a hiatus of more than 2 years. 11 executions were carried out last year, all for drug offences. The United Nations says that the death penalty has not proven to be an effective deterrent globally and is incompatible with international human rights law, which only permits capital punishment for the most serious crimes.
This post received a score of 9,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Visited Singapore and got a nice big stamp on the passport along with the entry stamp that reads, "Narcotics smuggling carries the death penalty?" Or such.
When I went a decade ago they handed you a little card on the descent into the airport that said, "Death to drug traffickers" on it. I was thinking, well, what the fuck would you do if you had it now?
Not sure how various airports work, but I usually see trash cans prior to customs checkpoints. The agency usually gives you a chance to discard things before it becomes a hassle. Life hack.
We do want to kill you, but would prefer to not clean up the mess afterwards.
Survive the security checkpoint with this one weird trick. Guys, Singapore is both an incredibly safe country, and an incredibly well-regulated one. You can leave a phone on a bench for a week and it won't be touched, women can walk alone without fear of danger, etc. However, they have zero tolerance for drugs, any drugs at all, in Singapore. If you ever visit there, leave your habits at home. They do not fuck around with drug laws there.
Which is ironic, because a lot of very high-level Asian crime kingpins choose to live there.
Crime kingpins know not to shit where they eat.
Wasn't that a central plot point in Breaking Bad?
Yeah, that is why they got a trailer instead of cooking in Jesse's basement. Not a trailer, an RV. A 30-foot 1986 Fleetwood Bounder that belonged to Combo's mom and Jesse bought for only $1,400 because that was all he had left of Walter's life savings after blowing the rest partying all night with Combo and Skinny Pete. What a fucking TV show.
Singapore doesn't mess around with this stuff. Do not bring any drugs there or to the Philippines.
Or Japan. Or most Asian countries, honestly. Indonesia, too careful buying on the beaches of Bali. They might be working with police to extort you for whatever you're worth.
Why the fuck everyone here is talking like the dude was tourist? He was Singaporean, a 46-year-old man who lived there all his life, who had no drugs. Did no one read the article?
You're on Reddit. What did you expect? You have to be an absolute idiot to think of bringing weed to any Asian country. They don't fuck around with drugs.
25-ish years ago. Was in the boarding lounge for a Kathmandu to Singapore flight and I went to bathroom and ran into 2 Canadian backpackers hastily curing, rolling and chiefing spliffs off a little nugget of hash one of them had forgotten in their backpack. They were just offering up to all comers. It was just a few gram ball, but I'm sure it wouldn't have been a fun time had they not remembered it when they did.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.